next level. My move, yeah, bezel. You got the power, stay settled. Next level, next level.
All right, we are back with an amazing. First of all, I hate to introduce people because I feel like I'm not hyped enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to get some background dancers or something, like people in the back with pom poms and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bruh, today we got a treat for y'all. If y'all in the DMV area, first of all, y'all gonna faint. You know what I'm saying? But if you're outside the DMV area, let me tell y'all about this guy right here. First of all, if y'all don't know what rocket fuel is, this dude got it for sure. You know what I'm saying? Dude came out of the womb with it. You know what I'm saying? He got the killer swag. He got the killer vibe. Ladies and gentlemen, the son of the Godfather himself, Wiley Brown. So basically, I really want to just dive right into it, man. So I got some spitfire questions I want to just throw to you.
All right,
In
let's
your
go.
opinion, you know what I'm saying? In your opinion, what defines go-go music?
Oh man, okay. Heavy percussion, call and response, and then you have a plethora of music coming together, whether that's backgrounds of like Latin flavor, because my dad got it from there, Latin flavors, and you got of course you got the motherland up in there, but you also have rhythm and blues, what I mean, R&B, what have you, whatever the band wants to put their own spin on it, it's in there. But we gotta have a call and response. You gotta have some heavy percussion, and once you feel it, once you hear it live, you can't do nothing but move your body because it's gonna touch your soul.
Listen, man. I see. First of all, one thing I like about you, man, you are super humble. You see how he just glossed over that? Oh yeah, how my dad do, blah, bruh. I
Mhm.
love it. I love it. So for the people that don't know, man, talk about your dad, man. Talk about your pops, man, the matriarch, the Godfather. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Chuck Brown, you know what I mean? There's so many things I can say about my father, man. But to start off, man, for me, he was daddy first. You know what I mean? He was dad first at all times, no matter whether he was getting mobbed by a bunch of fans. We understood, you know what I mean, what all of that came with growing up. And no, he's the founder, the person that created go-go music and brought it to DC and then brought it to the world, man. His song "Bustin' Loose," straight out the gate, boom, right in your face. Before that, he was doing funk. One of the highest, the most sampled songs in this world outside of Funky Drummer is Ashley's Roach Clip. And if you want to talk about the foundation of hip hop, that's it right there.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I love it, man. But like I said, man, first of all, I think what gravitates, you know what I'm saying, just the industry in itself and people to you is that you keep your feet on the ground, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's super, you know what I'm saying? That's something that needs to be celebrated because a lot of people, walk around with their chest out and stuff like that. But you let your talent show, you know what I'm saying? You let your talent speak for itself. So it's not like you running around braggadocious and things like that. Even, you know what I'm saying, even when it, comes to your dad, like the way that you carry yourself and the way that you're carrying a banner, man, I wanted to give you your flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? I definitely wanted to give you your props, no doubt. Because the way that you move, I'm like, wait a minute, because I was gonna like when I ran into you, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Chuck Brown's son. Man, please, man, I have a sign, man. I have a marquee. Look, and I'm joking about them background dancers, man. I might have a whole band with me. You know what I'm saying? Walking around. They be like, sir, can you get your band out the airport? Like, nope,
Uh,
nope. I need them everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to let you know that I appreciate that because you're definitely approachable. You know what I'm saying? And just speaking with you and speaking about the legacy of go-go, it's amazing how it's definitely rooted in our culture. You know what I'm saying? It's rooted in who we are. And I can like you just literally went straight to the instruments. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about no money, it wasn't about no flash. You went straight to the essence, man. So I definitely appreciate that.
Go-go music is definitely, it's a feel, it's a music of feeling. Like,
Mm.
if somebody is trying to play go-go, you gotta feel it first. You know what I mean? You gotta be locked in with the band. Everybody gotta be on the same frequency, the same vibe. And
Absolutely.
and that translates to the audience. And it grabs the audience too. And it's something I grew up seeing my father do is he stayed making sure that the people understood that if they had a moment with him, they could have that conversation. It wasn't like like a typical celebrity where they wasn't as accessible. But with my father, he always made sure that somebody wanted to take a picture with him or have a quick conversation with him, that that person got his undivided attention in that moment. And that's something that I learned just by seeing him, operate as a person. Big time people person, man. He knew how to deal with different personalities, and even with band members, he knew who he could bark at. He knew who he could bring to the sides. Like, hey, son, come on, I just got to talk to you for a little bit. Let me rap to you for a little. And then like he was so cool at being a people's person that, man, it just translated to me and my siblings. We make sure we remain humble, whatever life brings us, and at the same time, is like we understand that having them relationships, that's what it's all about. Because at the end of the day, we're nothing without each other.
That's real, man. No, that's real. And again, man, I definitely, when I look and did my research, you know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody knows who Chuck Brown is, and then you start figuring out the family tree and stuff like that. It really is a testament about how serious he was about, the music, the art, but also being just a good man. You know what I'm saying? Just being a good man. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely that jumps off of the pages. You know what I'm saying? That definitely jumps out at you. But I do got a question. So you actually brought up a good point as far as like, you watching your father, you know what I'm saying? And you basically kind of, could you walk like him, you talk like him, so he can't deny you know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure throughout life, you know what I'm saying? It was like, wait a minute, that's Chuck boy right there, boy. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way. But my question is, when it did really start to dawn on you? Cause kids and we want to be young and play around and just have fun. So we don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of celebrities and, and their kids and then their grandkids. They're like, wait a minute, you used to do what? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you was fly back in the day and all this. And it was like, nah. So when did you start to really understand and realize, like, wait a minute, like we're, you know what I'm saying? We're different. You know what I'm saying? Like our family is different.
I would say for me, it happened probably like 5 or 6 years old. My first time seeing people mob my father. We, we out, out and about, red light, and out of nowhere, all these people started coming to the car. Hey Chuck, hey Chuck, hey Chuck.
Mm,
Let me get a tape. Hey Chuck, let me get a picture, blah, blah. And they going off, and I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, what's going on right now? I'm confused. Like, wait a minute. Like, why are all these people going crazy? They trying to fight. Let me get my little weapon or something.
right, right.
And out of nowhere, man, my dad, he's just talking to people. His people honking horns, it's red, it's a red light. He's telling people, go on the side. Come on, go on the side, and I'll talk to y'all. And, we sitting there 20 minutes, he talking to people, hugging people, people telling the quick stories. And it's just a random Tuesday. So for me, it's
Random
like,
Tuesday. Love it.
what is going on? And then, I asked, talked to my father. Yeah, your daddy's a important man. I'm famous, but we want to make sure that whoever our fans are, we want to make sure that they continue to love up on us, because that's how we make our living. So I want to make sure that I give back. So you got to understand, when I'm taking these pictures and when I'm taking this time with these people, that's how we eat. So we got to make sure that we take care of them. So from that moment, that was the beginning of me kind of understanding, like, all right, okay, daddy different dude. You know what I mean? Like daddy totally different than, my friend's dad, or, my other friend's dad from school. Is like, he's in a different stratosphere. And then I could see him practicing every day. And every morning he doing push-ups upside down against the wall, man. And to me, it's like my dad is like an action. He's like an action figure. To me, like growing up, I used to watch wrestling and WWF and all of that. So I'm thinking like, man, my daddy could do that same stuff, man. we doing push-ups upside down against the wall. Like, it was it was something cool to see as a kid. And then, of course, you had those moments where you go to school and you talking trash with your friends. And it's like, my daddy can do this. So it's like, for me, it was always cool just to see him operate, man. But man, I would say that was probably the beginning of me understanding. And then as I got older, I started noticing all of the band members would say pops. There's Ed Pops, blah 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 Pops. And to me, it's like, wait a minute, this is my daddy. Like, what you talking about, Pops? So I would tell him, hey daddy, why all these people calling you Pops? Why all these people calling you dad? Like, you my daddy. Like, what's going on? He's like, bro, you gotta understand, a lot of these people, you never know if they got a father figure or something in their life, but they look up to me as if I'm that father figure, or if I'm that uncle or somebody that they could look up to and have that conversation with, or talk to them about, what's going on in their life. People come to me that way. So you gotta understand that this what comes with, who your daddy is, man. And I'm just like, all right, ah.
Love it, love it, love it.
At first, I ain't like it. To be honest with you, it's like, why all these people call my daddy Pops? Like, what the hell is going on? But I understood that, okay, they mean it as like a term of endearment. You know what I mean? Like, they look up to this man. So, they call him Pops. The people that felt close enough to him, they call him Pops. They don't call him Chuck. They don't call him, Chuck Brown, Mr. Brown is Pops.
Yeah, it's interesting you said that, because that was one of my questions I was going to ask you. There's like a lot of people that say, like, we're all sons and daughters of Chuck Brown, right? So they, people would say that's nice little hashtag going around.
Oh
So I was
man, yeah.
curious. Yeah, I was curious to see how you felt about that. You know what I'm saying? Not now, of course, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I didn't like it
But
at first. I ain't
okay,
gonna
I can dig
lie.
it.
I
I
did
can
not
dig
like
it.
it. Was confusing as a kid, man, because and then of course, my father, cool guy. uh, Back in the day, he tell us about, he had a bunch of women. So it would be like, people would be like, your father got a bunch of kids, blah blah blah. We know your dad got a bunch of kids. He used to have them all back in the day. And not just be like,
Like, not like that.
yeah, yeah.
Not like
How
that.
they were like, no disrespect to your mom, but your dad used to have them all. And I just be,
Oh my God.
I
Oh
be
my
cracking
God.
up. But then my father, he keep it real with us. You know what I mean? We had those, father son conversations. He's like, yeah, man, every nationality you could think of, I used to have them all, man. But set them all down. The ones I was dealing with, set them all down one day and broke it all to them. Let them know I was gonna be with your mom and dad. Say, that's how you
Mm.
do that. Just he said, always be a gentleman, man. Whenever you're dealing with these ladies, always be a gentleman. You don't want nobody hating your guts.
How about that? How about that? Now that's some biblical terms. You know what I'm saying? That's some biblical talking right there, man. Definitely. You don't want nobody on your helmet like that.
No,
Nah, I love it. I
no.
love it. Mhm. So of course, like, because you got, like, your career span over different, you know what I'm saying? Like, you played the sports, you know what I'm saying? You was, heavy in the education. Like, when did it kind of, we'll talk about that a little bit too, but when did you really kind of say, okay, I'm pretty sure you was very familiar with the music, very familiar with the history of it and things like that. When did you start to feel yourself kind of drifting, kind of like into, they say, I don't know if you ever seen like Godfather 3, when Michael Corleone was sitting there, he was like, man, look, every time I try to get out, they keep pulling me back in. So I'm pretty sure the music was just like, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna go play sports, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this, and then all of a sudden it's just like that pull, you know what I'm saying? When
That's
did you kind of feel like that was, you know what I'm saying, that was what you was going to pursue, as far as the music?
Yeah, so it's funny you say Michael Corleone. That's right. My father, he loved the mafia music. So anyway, I would say it started like my dad would let me rap on stage, when I was younger. Anytime he had an outdoor show, and usually I wasn't old enough to go to the night shows, but there was a few times that he, he let me up in there. So it was like, I would say the beginning of him allow me to come to the night shows. I think first time I was like 13. My voice is going, my voice is messing up tonight, son. I might need you to ride with daddy. So I'm like, I'm getting a
Love
call
it.
to Big League.
Love it. Love it. Like your time to shine.
Yeah. So he's like, get ready. You got your rhymes ready, man? You gonna rap on stage for me? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. I've been ready. So 13 was like beginning of that first like cool. You know what I mean? Outside of just going to the outdoor shows as a kid, always being on stage with him. 17, he started letting me come to the night shows more frequently. And, at that age, I'm like still playing football and following my brothers in sports and stuff. Then fast forward to, being in college, still, shows on and off. But after my father passed away is when that really like that gravitation pull really started pulling on me real heavy. My father passed away, we started having Chuck Brown Mondays at the Howard Theater. And it was probably like the first or the second one. I remember Parliament, George Clinton and Parliament was performing with the band that night. We did like a joint set. And then it's time for the band like finish the set. So the band started playing Chuck Baby. EJ Rico is standing next to me and my brother Nico's, and he's like, Wiley, man, what you doing, man? Get on the stage, man. Get up there, man. You belong up there. So I'm like, he's like, get on the stage, man. So I'm like, all right. I get on the stage. By this time now, my voice is done gotten a lot deeper. So I started singing Chuck Baby, and I could see the crowd kind of go like, whoa, wait a minute. He sound like his father. And I get at first I could tell that, they into it, but it's almost like I saw the crowd at like a good like lane of people like back up, like, wait a minute. He sound like his father, like, what's going on here? And then I was doing Chuck Brown Mondays, and then I just had a conversation with my dad's manager, Tom. I had a conversation with like, Tom, I gotta talk to the band, man, about officially being in the band. So this is 2016. 2016 is when I was like, I gotta be in the band. But after my father passed, it was like the beginning of it, like really pulling on me. Like, man, football was great, but just like any sport, it ain't gonna last forever. And I had my journey with football. I almost made it pro, and the music just cool. It was like, music has been my first love before I even knew what sports was. Every morning I wake up and I see my father doing his routine, and then at night I would go to sleep to him practicing on guitar. So me hearing music, it was like in order for me to go to sleep, I needed to hear some type of music because I was already like used to hearing my father practice every night. So after he passed away, some maybe a few years passed, but it was that night the beginning of me like, man, I gotta really do this. And then growing up, I would always hear, my father, he never like really like press it, but he might say it every once in a while. Be like, which one of y'all gonna keep my music going, man? Which one of y'all gonna keep my music going? Nichols, you got me, man, son. I know Wiley got me, man. Don't worry about it. Wiley got me. Wiley my dog. Wiley got me. And I'm just like, that would be in the back of my mind, like, man, I know he would want one of us to keep his music on. And then outside of that, it's like music has always been something I knew I could do and something I always wanted to do. I just never knew exactly how that initial, all the way live with it would be. Uh, Once I was done with sports, it was like, I got to go back to my first love, and that's music. So being in the band, you know, it really like woke me up. You know, that just like how you said with Michael Corleone, it's the same type of way. Like different things were happening, and it just pulled me right back. Like, Wiley, this is what God got for you. Wiley, this is what I got for you. Wiley, come back. All right, you going over here, you going over there. We trying this, I'm trying that. Come on back. So that's how it would feel. You know what I mean? I did many different jobs and stuff, or tried different things, but music will always be there.
Yeah, it's divine, bro. It's
Mhm.
definitely divine. I mean, like you say, your pops already laid the groundwork, you know what I'm saying? Of course, on a cosmic level. So, nah, I mean, you next up. You know what I'm saying? You next up. It's no doubt about it. Definitely can't fight it no more, man. So that's a dope position to be in. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a lot of excitement out there building for you.
Mhm.
So, I mean, right, since we're on that conversation, what's like because we could talk about the other endeavors and things like that, but the music strategy, is it something like, of course, I know you're in the studio, or I heard you in the studio doing some original tracks and things like that.
Mhm.
Like, what's kind of like your vision? I know you're ready to push like heavy, you know what I'm
Oh
saying? I
man,
know you're
yeah,
ready to push like
definitely.
heavy. So what's kind of like, just speaking into existence, man? What we looking at? We looking at the go-go Grammys? Like, what's up, man? Like, what's
Definitely,
up?
man, because not, of course, definitely looking to shoot for those Grammys, for the Grammys for go-go music, and that would be, almost like my thank you to my father. You know what I mean? Like if I could get that Grammy for him, because I know he was nominated with the song "Love" with Jill Scott,
Mm.
and that was great, you know what I mean? But I was always confused on how he lost the joint with to Sade, because Sade is, she's a performer, but she's also listed as a band. So it was like,
Mhm. Right.
I was like,
Right,
oh, come
right,
on.
right, right. Those
But
Grammy politics.
she's great artist, you know what I mean? Nothing against her. But for me, it's like, man, let me finish the job. That's what I want to do. I want to get that Grammy for Go-Go. I want to make sure that Go-Go gets eyes on the music again, on a mainstream level. And I love what, what I mean, people like people like Wale, even though he's not necessarily always go-go, he definitely represents the city, you know what I mean, in a great way. But I think I could definitely push the envelope with a little more go-go in their face. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
and the vision is definitely, you know what I mean, with eyes on the music, but also, put my own spin on, the ideas and the things that I've been working on. And then also build on that foundation, man. Bridge the gap between older generation, all the people that love my father, and the newer generation of what's going on now. I think being able to be that bridging the gap of the different ears that are out there, because so many people, they love my dad, man. They have respect for his music and all the work that he's done. And then even the other bands that have followed up and put their own stamp on go-go music. It's nothing like go-go in this world. And I think the challenge for go-go music has always been how do we get it across, like mainstream. And they definitely don't like it when it's watered down, or when you try to go mainstream and it's not really catching on like you would catch it at a live go. And I think it's really just a transition of trying to make sure that the energy from what you feel at a show is actually on the record and structured the way that it should be. Um, my dad, he came from blues, funk, Los Latino. Before he created his own band, he was always able to make sure that whatever he put out, that people could digest it, from a global standpoint. And I think that's kind of what separated him, just him as an artist. He made sure that the music was always there, the musicianship was there, and he made sure that the people that was involved, everybody that was involved with whatever he had going on. Everybody was on the same page. Um, I think go-go music is getting a buzz again. One say it's at the golden era, but it's getting a buzz again to the point where it's the official music in Washington D.C. People are more accepting of hearing the music and wanting to, see what it's all about, and even visiting Washington D.C. to, experience it firsthand. But man, definitely going mainstream, but also keeping the core energy of what go-go is all about. And then also, my father wasn't just go-go. He did jazz, he did blues, he did gospel. He did a few Christmas albums. He did it all. He was very versatile, man.
Wow.
A lot of
Wow.
people don't really know that about my father. Before he even created go-go music, he was doing funk. And before he was doing that, he was playing guitar for a Latino band. So it's
Wow.
like, you know,
Wow.
a lot of people don't know the
Wow.
journey of how he came across music in many different facets, and then created go-go music to basically be like, you know what, I done learned all this stuff. Here you go, this my own. And
Absolutely.
people
Absolutely.
people love it, man. But also not, being open to not boxing myself in, because at the end of the day, music is for everybody, man. And it doesn't matter. It'll be times where my dad would break out in the ballad, then people would love, just hearing this baritone voice singing, and then he could go up higher too. Um, and just the different genres of music, he touched them all. He even did a collaboration with D Corporation. You know what I mean?
Mm.
he's he's
Mm.
he's done it all, man. I'm talking about different types of music, jazz albums with women, great singer, Miss Eva Cassidy. He did a jazz album with Eva Cassidy, or another jazz album called Timeless, dedicated to her after her passing. And I remember seeing this as a kid, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember seeing this, going to the studio, going back in the day to Chris Biondo's studio, and seeing my father, just kind of like a different layer of who he was as the
Mm.
artist. Cause I would see the dodo, and then I see him at Wolf Trap doing jazz, and it's just like, oh man, daddy could do that too. Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Like,
Wow. Wow.
it
Wow.
it opened my eyes to be okay to, hey, open your ears, listen to everything, because you never know what might influence you, never know what might spark an idea. So I listen to everything. Now I love listening to blues, mainly because it's so much soul, the blues music. Like recently went down to Memphis with the Go-Go Museum, Warmo
Mhm.
and Natalie Hopkins. And we all went down there to basically like represent the Go-Go Museum and Go-Go music with this multicultural gathering and what have you. Then just being down in Memphis, man, being able to see the same streets that Elvis and BB King, what I mean, all these great guys in music in general, as walk through the same streets. Muddy Waters, what I mean, one of my dad's favorites, what I mean, Muddy Waters. Just
Wow.
being able to see all of that and feel it, what I mean, it's like, okay, now I could feel like my own like musical juices growing just by being in that same presence. And I mean, walking those same streets. I mean, even going into these different spots, BB King's, or some of the other spots on Beale Street. It was
Mhm.
it was eye opening for me, because it's like, oh man, like this is what my father was listening to as a kid. You know what I mean? This is some of the things that he grew up listening to, and for me to hear it firsthand is like, okay, good.
That's good, man. No, that's good. I mean, and it's like I said, the groundwork is laid in the fact that you're actually walking in it, because of course, like the old saying, you can, you know what I'm saying, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink it. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that the path is it's laid for you, but you're like, no, let me actually go a little bit deeper and start to really research and find find my own voice as well. Because again, like I said, there is a lot of opportunity out here. I mean, we're in a new age, you know what I'm saying? We had a golden age, like you said, there's, I'm a big hip hop guy myself, but I'm a lover of all music because it is very, if you are a spiritual person, a grounded person, you like the arts. You know what I'm saying? You love the arts because it definitely gets that creativity going. So it's good to see you, like, you know what I'm saying? You're really doing a deep dive and
Yeah.
you're expanding your horizons.
Early, I will say, man, a few months ago, man, we had did a show at Lorton. And
Mm,
for me, it was I could feel like a different type of energy. I know it's my father's energy, but you know what I mean, Lorton being the place where my father traded 5 cartons of, cigarettes to get his
mm,
first guitar. And then
mm,
he and his dormitory learned the guitar, man, you know what I mean? And for me to perform there with, the band that performed there, and you know what I mean, right before I got on the stage, I could just feel this chill come over me.
mm,
Oh man. I had to get myself together, man. Cause
mm,
right before I hit the stage, I could feel it. It was like almost like my father like let me know, like, yep, you on the right
mm.
path, man.
That's what's up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, that's good, man. That's good. Nah, like I said, man, the excitement is building, man. So that's perfect because you already got the look. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Everything is pretty much right there. So it's about you turning that key, walking through that door, and like, you know what I'm saying, showing these people what you got for sure. So what can we expect? When is the album? You know what I'm saying? What's the new projects coming out? And
Yeah.
like get these people, get that appetite,
Oh
you know what
man.
I'm saying, Pete.
So we got so first the band, you know what I mean? We got brand new Chuck Brown merchandise at www.winemeupchuck.com. Of course, Mrs. Eleanor Holmes Norton. Thank you, Mrs. Eleanor Holmes Norton, man. She's naming a post office after my father in
Oh,
Washington, D.C.,
wow.
man.
Wow.
That's like that.
Wow.
We super excited about that, man. You know, my father, he has a street named after him, right near the Howard Theater.
Mm,
Back in the day, he used to shine shoes in that alleyway, and he always talked about what I mean, he liked the cowboy boots and stuff because he had shined Hank Williams shoes
mm.
right in that alley, man. So it's like, people wonder why your father be wearing them cowboy boots, man. I wear them now, and it's like for me, man, it's like a family tradition. I'm gonna keep it going,
I
but
know that's right. I
but
know that's right.
hey, man, just small things like that. But Miss Eleanor Holmes Norton, she naming the post office after my father. The band, the Chuck Brown Band, we have a show coming up September 13th. That's for the art all night, man. You're gonna be performing also in the Bogo district. So we know they got that Latin flavor, that Latin feel. So really, bring it back to square one. And then we got Two Street Festival October 4th in Richmond, Virginia, man. That's gonna be big. It's gonna be live. I can't wait to, perform out there because that's some of my father's stomping grounds too. He was in Richmond
Mm,
before he was in DC. We still got family out there. And
nice.
the new music I'm working on, man, I'm excited about it. Working with my guy Tone P on some new music. I I can't move. I know I know what people are used to hearing, you know what I mean? They used to hearing me perform my father's song, but
Hmm.
this gonna be my own little spin on it. So I
Love
can't
it.
wait for that, man. And then outside of that, man, the cool thing is other people are starting, hit me up. I don't want to put it out there yet, but other people are starting to hit me up, man, because they know that I'm working on some new stuff, man. It's exciting, you know what I mean, that people want to be a part of, my journey to really, really step out there, man. So I'm excited, man. The
Good, good, good.
band has always had,
Yeah.
man, excited, I have some great people in my corner, like Manager June, Tom with the van, you know, my guy David with the van, my sister KK, my brother Nikos. You know what I mean? We
Shout out to KK.
KK, 2Ks, don't play.
Baby Chuck right there. Word.
You know, my brother Phil, man, you know, we all hold it down, you know what I mean, for my mother. Cause she, you know, she kind of took it a little rough, man. My parents were together for 30 years, man. And I was
Mm.
blessed to have both parents, you know what I mean? So we still take care of moms, make sure she good. You know, I do what I can. But at the end of the day, man, you know, we're gonna keep this thing going because this train ain't stopping for nobody.
No, no, not at all, not at all. And
No.
I just want to go back to what you were saying about people wanting to get involved. That really is just like it's a testament to who you are as well. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you know, we're at this crossroads where, of course, you know, the digital space doesn't really let you, you know, touch people the way that you should. You know, because the way that you explained it, as far as like making sure that the music that you perform live translates to the, you know, translates to when you actually do songs in the studio. That's
Mhm.
the same thing kind of how like digital is going on right now. Like people are kind of losing that contact and losing that, you know, what it feels to be like a real, true, genuine person because they feel like they gotta be, you know, on the spotlight all day. And then you see somebody in real life, you're like, why you acting like we on social media? Just relax. You know what I'm saying? Just be a real genuine person. And that's a testament to, you know, who you are that people want to get involved too. So that also is for the, you know, these young cats that's out here that's interested in getting into the industry. It ain't got to be the entertainment industry, but just trying to be successful. You got to be a good person first. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to kind of find your lane, be genuine. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not a quote unquote, you know, hustle or con or something like that. You know, see a lot of people like, no, man, I'm trying to get to what I need to get to. Like, yeah, but at the same time, who are you? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
And
Who
that-
are you and what do you represent? Like you definitely dropped a lot of jewels today, you know, talking about like, you know, the family staple and things like that. And basically those principles that your father instilled in, not only in you to all his kids and even the kids that's not biologically his, just to be a good person, be a genuine person first, and everything else, you know, will fall into place. So I definitely want to get your opinion on, you know, what is your advice to the new people that's trying to be successful? You're on the power players for a reason. You're an official power player. You know what I'm saying? You're an official next level power player. So we definitely want to get your advice on like what, you know, what would you tell somebody that's trying to be successful? They may not be at the level that they, you know, that they want to get to, but what's kind of like that advice that you would give to them that's watching?
Oh, okay. Definitely be persistent with whatever it is that you're doing. Do your homework. You know what I mean? Because people will respect you more when you've done as much homework as you can until you know what I mean, meet somebody that they might be able to help you on, or vice versa. You might need to help somebody else. Um, you know, the law of 33 kind of sticks in my head where it's like, you know, I always try to make sure that I keep at least 33% of the people that, you know what I mean, 33% of the people that I interact with are people that I look up to, like an OG or somebody that's going to give me advice. 33% of the people that, you know what I mean, I want to bring up, whether it's somebody that's a little younger than me or somebody just don't is not as knowledgeable on something as me. And then it's 33% of the people that I interact with where we can, you know what I mean, cross paths on a more mutual and equal level. And then outside of that, it's like, man, be humble. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, people really want to, you know, gravitate towards you and work with you when you show them, you know what I mean, exactly who you are versus like having that, I call it like a barbershop voice. When you
Mm-hmm.
got your
Mm-hmm.
you got your
Mm-hmm.
barbershop voice on, you
Mm-hmm.
trying to make sure everybody hear you. And you trying,
Braggadocious.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and it's like
Absolutely. Oh,
at the end of the day, people can tell when your energy is real. It can tell when it's not. You know what I mean? It's something that, you know what I mean, when you move with purpose and you move with your heart, I feel like you can't go wrong with that because at the end of the day, you putting yourself out there, you're being vulnerable, but at the same time, you opening your arms to be able to receive whatever God got for you. And I think that goes a long way with whatever you're doing. It don't necessarily have to be music. It can be whatever industry or whatever sport. It could be anything. Whatever it is that you're into, you gotta have an open heart. You gotta have an open mind, because you never know where, you might cross paths with somebody that you actually, connect with, and then next thing you know, both of y'all take off. It's nothing wrong with networking on your level too. I think a lot of people look to network up versus networking on your level, or working with the people that's around you, working with y'all. I think people appreciate it more when you get it out the mud with people that you came up with, or people that you actually cross paths with on at the same time that you're trying to build something. I think that is nothing like having a strong foundation with people that you want to work with, but also people that want to work with you. They can see the genuineness. They can see how much you really care and how dedicated you are when it comes to whatever your craft is. And I think when you lead with your heart, you keep your purpose in your mind, then at the end of the day, whatever is divine is going to come to you, and God's going to make a way for the right people to cross your path, and even for you to be challenged to be able to notice something, and not trip up on something again. Things are going to happen, but you got to be able to roll with the punches, and keep it moving, man. Because at the end of the day, it's nothing like understanding that what's meant for you is meant for you.
Uh,
When we have that discernment, and you're able to, really just take life, you know what I mean, try to control what you can, but at the same time, understand that, hey, you might not be in control of everything all the time. So understanding where to pick the battles too. I think all of that is a big deal when it comes to just wanting to progress in life, and then whatever it is that you're into, wanting to make sure that you take those steps up.
no, that's real. That's real. And you're touching on something that I almost forgot this, and it's like a divine. I already know it's like, don't forget to ask this because you literally just brought it up.
Uh,
The fact that the humbleness, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Go-Go embodies that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you listen to Go-Go, like, I I don't want to speak out of turn when I say this, but I don't know a lot of music outside of like gospel music that brings people together
mm,
like Go-Go.
mhm,
Because there's a lot of music that's divisive. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of music that's competitive where it's like, we ain't got to talk about every single, music that's listed on the Billboard charts. We know that certain things are like, okay, this is put in here to make it more divisive nation. This is put in here to make people, want to meet the right one, love music, ballads, blah, blah, blah. But then you listen to Go-Go, Go-Go got that movement to it. Go-Go got that like, yo, we together. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what color, no matter what. And it's not a lot of music that, that does that. Am I out of place when I say that? Is that something that
man,
definitely is on?
go-go music definitely brings people together, man. It's nothing like having them family vibes. Like go-go music, when people in the go-go, it's like, man, we all here to have a good time. You know what I mean? No matter what's going on in your life, you can really just like relieve some stress by just going to a go-go, man. I know from, just from seeing people I used to watch go-go live as a kid all the time. And I used to put put the DVD in, or the videotape, and seeing all those people. I'm talking about over 20,000 people in the Capitol Center.
Mm,
Everybody having a good time, not one fight breaking out. You know what I mean? Like everybody understands that, hey man, we here for the music, we here to have a good time. Like we ain't want none of
mm,
that. And then you fast forward to, different pivotal moments in history. Go-go music has always been something to bring people together. And then, even when the music was being challenged, a few years back, you see the don't mute BC movement. And then out of nowhere, you got thousands of people flooding the streets, and they all out there just having a good time, man. All from go-go music. I think it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to witness, and it's even more beautiful to actually, experience it live. There's nothing like experiencing go-go music live, man, and it brings people together. They have a good time. You end up meeting people, or people end up, reminiscing about, them going out back in the day, and then you have different generations, man. I'm talking about from babies to grandmas. Everybody enjoys this music, man. And it would be so many people that I would come across even now, and they come up to me. I remember I met your father. I used to sneak out the house. I was 13 years old, and I'm still going to the go-go. Man. I'm 54 now, or I'm 60, 68 now. Or I ain't even had like older guys come up and say, I'm 72, man. I've been coming to see your father since back when he started. And I just feel like it'd be so many different people from many different generations that would, they all got their own personal story of different times that they crossed paths with my father, or they remember when, their first time hearing my dad. And then like, just the music in general, man. So many people they had those memories, those core memories that, stick near and dear to them. But you also have the newer generations that are creating their own, memories with go-go music. Go-go music is infectious type of music, man. And once you feel it, once you hear it, it's gonna stick with you.
No, I love it, man. I love it. So I know you brought up the Mute DC, that a few years ago that was definitely very poignant in the area. How could people get involved now to make sure that that go-go music is getting elevated, is getting the just due that it deserves? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are there any type of organizations or anything that people should get involved with that people should support, even if they're not in the DMV area? Just to keep, you know what I'm saying, make sure that go-go is kept alive.
Yeah, man. So right now we actually have the petition for go-go music to get recognized on all digital platforms at www.change.org/respect go-go. And we have this petition going. We're trying to get as many signatures as we can. So that way, the digital platforms like Spotify, Apple, Tidal, Odyssey, all of these different platforms can recognize go-go music as an official genre. You know what I mean? Like when you pull up, Apple or Spotify and you see R&B, hip hop, rock, country, go-go music should be up there just as much as those other genres. And I'm talking about it's over like 2,000 genres out there that are, being recognized by go-go music. But we just hit 50 years of go-go music this
Mm,
year, man.
mm.
Since since my father started back in, early mid 70s. And it's 50 years of go-go music. It's rich and culture is rich. The music is rich, and it's influenced many different genres. And if you look at, all the different music that's been sampled, sampling go-go music or sampling my father, sampling great groups like Trouble Funk, Experience Unlimited, they came out with Doing the Butt,
Mhm,
Trouble Funk,
mhm.
Drop the Bomb, my father, Ashes Roach Clip, Blow Your Whistle, Bustin' Loose, Who Needs Some Money. It's so many different, different,
Classics.
yeah,
Yeah,
different
classic.
classics that are out there. And then even the other bands, like Junkyard, Sardines, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Backyard Band. It's so many bands that have been doing this music for so long, man. And I'm talking about 50, 40 plus years. And they definitely need their respect. But also moving forward, we're living in a digital age now. So if it's hard or difficult for the music to be seen or to be found, then we don't want go-go music to get buried in the digital age as we move forward. So we want to make sure that the music gets recognized, and also get the eyes on it of different people that are in the world. Like local music has a strong following in like London and also Japan. People
Mhm.
people really wouldn't know that, a lot of people actually enjoy the music outside of the US or outside of the DMV or outside of, just this whole area. But it's people, you know what I mean? It's people in Japan that love the music. And then there's different bands that are popping up all over the US. And there's even a band in Japan, which is crazy. You
Nice,
see some Asians
nice,
on the Congo
nice, nice,
getting it
nice.
in. And
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
it's cool to see, man. You know what I mean? Seeing the music kind of grow again. You got a band in Japan, band in Ohio, the Deal Breakers. You got a band out in LA, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Tommy Guns and Crank Caviar. And then you got a band in Miami, you got a band in Atlanta, you got a bands that are in North Carolina. Like the music is starting to grow again because people understand that it's raw. You know what I mean? It's still it's infectious, and you hear that music, man. You can't do nothing but move your body. So it's like it's cool to see that the music is starting to grow again, and even the younger generations. You know what I mean? Younger bands are out there are starting to, you know what I mean, get their own thing going. You know what I mean? Shout out to Pocket Three. There's some youngins out there, man. They getting it in, man. They sound great. You know what I mean? It's cool to see. It's really cool to see that go-go music is, you know what I mean, it's being respected, but we want to make sure that it gets respected on all levels, man.
absolutely, man.
And, you
So
know,
change.org,
yeah. All right.
change.org/respect go-go. All right. So y'all heard it here from the son of the Godfather. Go there before he give you an offer you can't refuse. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Change.org
Definitely.
/ respect though. We're gonna give it
Word.
all they can't refuse. Huh?
Give him an offer.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Absolutely. Bada bing, bada boom. But nah, man, listen, man, I super appreciate you coming on, man. Definitely, like I said, the vibe is going to get you there. You know what I'm saying? The persistence, what you do, that's just the groundwork. But I just think, keep being you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be ridiculous because you have the entire platform already. You know what I'm saying? You got the platform. We want to just give you our 1000% verification check mark that your next level power player status will never get revoked here. You are definitely one of those big dog power players in the game. And so is there anything that we miss, anything that's coming up that you definitely want to touch on?
Definitely look out for that new music, man, because we're gonna hit y'all in the face. I'm
Word. So
yeah,
how do they so
different than
how
the
what's the
kickoff. You ready
what's
for
the
the game to
plan for
start?
that?
Huh?
Are you gonna do Spotify? Like, what's the plan for the when you
Um,
drop it? You want them to come to your social? You want them to find you on YouTube? What's the rollout look like?
we want to drop it on all platforms, but definitely check me out at all my socials is Wiley Brown _ you can also check out the Chuck Brown Band at Chuck Brown Band on all platforms. WindMeUpChuck.com is the website. We got brand new Chuck Brown merchandise, man. Official, you know what I mean, stamp t-shirts and all
Well, hold on.
different cool
Hold
stuff.
on. Let me put my mailing address in the chat or something. Cause I need, you know what I'm saying? I need some merch. You know what I'm saying?
All cool stuff, man. You know what I mean? We got the joints with my father's signature on it, man. And we're definitely moving, you know what I mean, with the energy, man. Momentum. We want to keep this momentum going. So everyone, please make sure y'all sign a petition for Go-Go Music to get recognized on all digital platforms at change.org / respect go-go. And check us out, man. The Chuck Brown Band, we performing all over, man. And I'll be performing too. So y'all be on the lookout, man, because the music is coming and it's gonna hit you in the face.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, listen, man, y'all heard it here first. You know what I'm saying? Wiley Brown. Next up, like I said, he got the official power player stamp. We got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying, as far as what we're doing from a standpoint elevating. I mean, y'all know the platform is serious, but the people on the platform, untouchable. Definitely untouchable. So get involved. Definitely check out Wiley Brown. Instagram /Wiley Brown _ sign that petition, man. Change.org / respect go-go. Don't play around. We definitely want to keep this music alive. Because like I said, I hate to speak out of turn because y'all know I love hip hop to death. But I've never heard nothing like go-go that actually make people come together immediately. And that's important in our culture. So y'all definitely stay tuned. Much respect. Peace.
Philly bad.